Perfect. It says that we are live on Facebook. So 1 second, but while people are hopping on, say hello. I'm sure it's going to take a few seconds there before the Facebook is being shown to anyone. But when you do, let us know what time it is there, because it's 1:11. Well, it was 1:11, and it was 11:11 there for Brianna, which you're going to get to meet this wonderful lady in a few minutes. And today is the first day that we've been wanting to do this for a long time. And what better day than the full moon in March 2022. And I know that I'm not well known on the moon, let's just say talk and stuff like that, but I feel it. And I always feel I've been attracted, or I'm being introduced to the right people in my life that can bring that. And last year we were introduced to Brianna by our wonderful friend and business partner, Raylyn. And we have a group called Happy, Healthy, Wealthy Journey. It's a private group. We're supposed to be live in that group right now. For some reason, the universe said it's not working. So we're live on my wall. And I have my friend Brianna that's going to be sharing some of her knowledge, because she's not only very knowledgeable in the crystal area, but different alternatives to raise your vibration. And that's why we are going to talk about frequency and different ways as two work from home moms. So for those who do not know who I am, I'll do a quick intro, then I'll let Brianna introduce herself. And after that, we're going to get going. But please let us know if you do something special on the full moon, because we're going to be talking about a few different things, colors, why we do it, what we wear, and different things like that. I'm French Canadian from New Brunswick, Canada. I used to be a massage therapist. I work about 10 years from my home clinic doing that. So I've been a home business owner, work from home mom. I have two sons now, one about to be 3 next week. One is 12, going on 18, and I homeschool him. I have my husband that we are now living together, the four of us, for the past 2.5 years now, in a beautiful place in nature here in Canada. And we couldn't ask for a better way to ground ourselves, to learn about loving nature, to learn about learning what we really want out of life, and being able to have people I love and I trust, not only just Brianna, but everyone that's been part of my life in the last few years have been bringing value, whether spiritually or mentally. Some people is just me seeing them be happy, healthy, and wealthy. So if you're not part of that group yet, please let us know so we can invite you, because the next time we do it, it's going to be private. You won't be seeing this on my wall. And Brianna, I would like for you to introduce yourself and share a little bit about who you are. And like, I want people to know why I'm bringing you up for this specific topic. So, and she's a badass. Just want to give her that intro before she gets to start talking. But Brianna, let us know why I wanted to do this with you today. Who are you?
Well, thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it. I am so happy to be here. If you don't know who I am, as Sonia said, my name is Brianna, and I am a mom of 2 school-age kids. I have a kindergartner and a 2nd grader. I work from home full-time. I own and operate 2 businesses, one in which is a crystal and spirituality and art business. And that is how I met Miss Sonia, and we began to connect through crystals. And I am here to share with you all of the ways that you can make yourself feel better, whether you want to call it raising your vibration, raising your frequency, just, making yourself feel better, finding ways to connect with others and yourself on a daily basis. I didn't mention I am from Omaha, Nebraska. So I am all the way in the States, and Sonia is up in Canada, but we are here together and we are excited to share all of our knowledge with you and find out what you want to know too.
So guys, we're going to be burning lots of different stuff. We're going to be smelling things. We're going to be sharing, maybe even tasting different things. This is an open talk And I just saged the camp this morning. I was with my family, and who's feeling that crazy energy? The full moon. I don't know if your kids go crazy, your animals, but for me, oh, my puppy's sleeping right now. I'm so happy because I don't have to worry of watching her, but she just had a like hour of like puppiness, and then the toddler and the pre-teenage. So I'm like, you guys need to chill a little bit. So I'd like Brianna to talk about why you sage before you Palo Santo. And that's something that I didn't know. And don't forget to open a window and to let the sage go out. That's something that some people did not know. And so what do you want to share about saging and Palo Santo with us today?
All right. So smudging, I mean, we can call it smudging. You can call it energetic cleansing through the air with smoke. The idea is to get the bad vibes out of the air, to freshen up that energy. There's a lot of science behind aromatherapy. We could get deep down into the science of it, but it's just it cleanses the air. It lightens things up. It makes you feel like your energy is actually moving. It's not stagnant in the air. And like Sonia said, you would do sage and then follow it up with something like Palo Santo. And the reason for that is that's what she has in her hand. And it's funny because
like
you blow it out.
Okay.
Blow it out. Yeah. So just with anything that so I have bundles here too. This is called Yerba Santa. I have Palo sticks here too. With anything, just like Sonia did, you light it, you let it smolder a little bit so it'll stay smoking, and then you blow it out, and you walk around the room. You can make your own ritual with it. She has incense, but following up after sage is just with something else, is to put happy vibes. It's like once you clean something, it's sterile, and then you want to put something that smells good. Some people don't even like the smell of sage, so there's plenty of alternatives. Your son doesn't.
I don't know if he doesn't like the fact that he knows we're removing bad energy and he feels targeted or something, or he just doesn't like it. But Mika loves it, my toddler. But when I do it, it like removes them from my my bubbles. So I like that when I do that, they're like, they stay away. No offense, but moms of toddlers and kids, and sometimes with that full moon, you understand.
You need your space. Yes.
We do. And aromatherapy, you were talking about that. I just wanted to bring this up because this is another tool that I use. And then since I see my bracelet, we'll talk about colors after and what we're wearing. But today I chose the Mantra collection. I chose 2 blends. And I chose a single. The single I chose this morning was Clary Sage. Clary Sage, not only it's my time of the month, and I know a lot of ladies are connected with the moon. So if that's you right now, your hormones might be raging, or you might be having a little bit more moodiness, and you might need to chill out a little bit, calm those hormones down. Leslie, my good friend, told me about Clary Sage and using it, especially this time of the month. We put that in our shampoo, conditioner, in the bath, and the lotion, and you can put it all over in different things. But just even smelling it on a bracelet or holding it up to your hands. But the 2 I have here today is Focus, because I got a lot of stuff to do today and I want to keep on track. So this is in my diffuser downstairs. And then the Energy here, I love this one. It has spruce, pine, so all those trees, right? Peppermint, atlas, cedar, and this one is for energy, and it's very good to put on around your kidney area, directly on the skin. So it's just a beautiful smell. I use that in my afternoon baths too. Sometimes I take a bath, which is a water kind of ritual, which brings us to talk about different rituals. Let us know, what do you guys do during a full moon? Because so many people do things with water or burning stuff. But since I mentioned scents and essential oils, do you want to add anything? Do you do something different with essential oils, Brianna?
I grabbed mine because you mentioned yours, of course, and I have Clary Sage, and I have heard it is all the rage. I just got my new set of Mantra essential oils the other day. They're not the blends, they're the single oils. Okay. So I have Clary Sage, and then frankincense. was my other choice for today. That's another good one that you can put in your moisturizers and pain relief and grounding and, you know, all that good stuff.
I have to bring that up. Frankincense, my go-to. A lot of people are feeling ill lately and getting colds and sniffles. A drop of that under your feet before you go to bed or in the morning before I put my socks. I even put some in my bath. And I've seen people actually use it to like remove some like skin tags and stuff. That like Pam shared a picture. She was putting that on. So frankincense is the king of oil, they say. Yeah, and I can't believe I didn't mention that. But it's actually, this is a little roll on that I did with some, is it obsidian in this or?
It looks like it, yeah.
Some black crystal, which is to kind of like remove bad energy. And I added that in there. So sometimes I don't always carry all of my bottles, but I mix a few. And I do have some that I buy already mixed, but I like that we could add some little crystals in there. So use all the different ways, right?
Yeah, it's endless.
It is.
We were going to talk about the full moon, and specifically since we came on today on a day, the full moon will actually peak in the middle of the morning here. So it's like 3 a.m, something like that. But you can harness the energy of the full moon the day before, a couple days before. When they say it hits its peak, that's just because it's fully illuminated. But as we all know, we can feel it coming. So that must mean we can harness the energy before it peaks, right? So I have this book here that I really enjoy. We'll probably be taking a further look at it a few times on our lives, but it breaks down the moons and working with crystals and just different ways that you can work on yourself during the full moon. The full moon this time happens to be in Virgo.
I was going to say, I asked her to talk about 1 to 3 crystals to use or carry around specifically during the full moon. And I just 5 minutes before put on a bracelet and she said that. So I'm like, how intuitively? So if you can name a few or the 3, some of the people watching may have those crystals at home or may want to get some for the future, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, wow.
And not to mention, we have the same bracelet on.
That's funny. And I'm the person that don't know about the meanings of specific crystals unless I really like pink quartz. I know heart, love, and that amethyst. I'm starting to know them, but I've always been the grabber intuitively. So like I look at what I want. Like today I wanted these earrings, right? So like I wanted this moon that Shannon got me, and then I wanted like I needed blue with my green, and I'm wearing this. By the way, this is the first time I wore this live.
Love that.
I needed it. I was like perfect for today. So awesome. What are the crystals that they might have at their house that they can maybe possibly carry with them or do a ritual on the full moon?
So looking at it from a Virgo standpoint, they're telling us the crystals to work with, because when the moon is in Virgo, you'll feel at ease by keeping things orderly and organized. So it's kind of on that topic. They talk about emerald, green aventurine, and moss agate. And if you don't have either or any of those 3 crystals, a green crystal will definitely work. Any kind of green crystal. There's malachite, there's green calcite, there's plenty of green crystals out there to work with. This is a piece of emerald that I have that I wanted to show you guys. I don't know how well it's actually focusing on that. But emerald's my birthstone, so when I could get my hands on some emerald, you bet I bought as much as I could. It's that green in there. And then here's some green aventurine towers. So green aventurine I find it to be calming.
I have mine at the camp. I have one like that at the camp, and it has a bunch of lines in it. And I love just watching and looking at it, feeling a different heat. Different crystals are warmer. And my son made me notice that. And I'm like, you're right. He's like cold. And yeah, Mika grabs crystals all the time. He's like he's more like, his soul is older than mine, I can tell. And it's fun to have
I love that.
spiritual like kids that are open like that, and they get raised, and like instead of going to get, like my husband had a neck ache last week, and instead of going to get something in the pharmacy, well, he went and put crystals all around him, and then we sprayed some sprays and a few drops of this, and like boom, it was like, okay. And I think that's super cool that the family can follow up with that. Anything else on the Virgo moon? I know you mentioned that. I have no idea about the moons and that. I feel them, like I said. I know we wanted to also ask, what topic would you guys like for us? We're going to come on live at least for the next 4 weeks. We always do things in 4 weeks because we know how life, world, things can change fast. But we would want to come in and share value with you guys and just share who we are, have fun. You can like share in the comments also. I can't see comments right now, so we're going to love reading you guys after and participation. What else?
There's just a couple things before we leave the full moon topic. The Virgo moon, just a couple of things. It says to light a green candle. We talked about colors. So it's awesome that it coincides, of course, you know, the synchronicity of it all coming through, it being St. Patrick's Day. We should be wearing green anyways. That's why we chose the green bracelets. But working with the color green, specifically with this moon, because they're asking you, what can you do to improve your health? Do you need to eat better, exercise more? Do you need more quiet time? How about healing or massage to your routine? Yes. And then it suggests that you can write down a list of things that you'd like to do to nourish your body. And then transfer that list onto an actual calendar to make it a routine, to make yourself feel better. And I think that is a great thing to reflect on, not just for the full moon, but every single day.
I agree.
And that's, it coincides with why we're here and what we're doing too, you know, simple ways to raise your frequency.
I agree. And I'm sure food would have to do with that too. Green colored food, especially green food. And like,
oh, yeah.
When we say green, I think money and cannabis. So today is all about the green, right? There's so many different greens that you can have around you. I'm about to go have a shake with some super greens in it. I am trying to add more spinach and more stuff to maybe have a green drink today. I almost put a sparkly green dress on, like those Jeopardy type of dresses on, because I didn't have anything green. But then I'm like, we're talking about the moon and peace and love and all that, so you can't see it, but I'm wearing my little cool cosmic type of spiritual shirt instead. But yeah, so type in your questions, guys, if there's anything. I know I grounded myself yesterday with hugging a tree. We went outside. Sometimes I walk barefoot. Not often in the winter, more in the summer and other seasons, but even outside, just the cold is good for your body. They do cold plunges. Well, imagine what you do when you just go and walk outside. Just breathe that outside air too. So do what you need to do. And I know you mentioned the full moon is about letting go, right? That's right. What it is.
Releasing.
The new moon's about manifesting. Yes. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a good ritual is every single full moon, you can write down things that you want to release, rip them up, burn them, however you want to get rid of that. But the idea is to get it all out. Once you get it, you know, going on in your brain, then you get it on paper, and then you get it, you know, put it back out in the universe to transform it into something positive and bring you back positive energy.
I agree. I put it in my water last time. I had a water for my bowl water, whatever you water your plants with. I had my piece of paper in there, and then I went and I watered outside with it. So the piece of paper, I just threw it after we burnt it, but I felt like I needed the water. And sometimes people burn. Go with what you feel. Like there's no right or wrong way. It has to make you feel good, and your body and your mind's gonna let you know. So post if you have like a picture of like maybe you, whether it's meditating or like going to run your bath, or what crystals or essential oils, or just maybe snap a selfie. Like we just want to get to see you guys and see what you guys are doing. And I look forward to come back next week and have more in depth and like, what are other topics, Brianna, that we were going to be touching in the next few weeks?
We had discussed talking about your energy centers, which are often called your chakras. And so we can not only teach you what colors resonate where on your body, but what does that mean? What do the energy centers, what do they control? How can you unblock them? How can you, you know, if you have a very active, let's say third eye or heart or throat, how to, you know, calm that down a little bit through crystals, through meditation, colors. It's endless and it's awesome and it's fun to share. So I think a lot of it's really going to have to deal with energy. We talked about essential oils and incense and aromatherapy, talking about the moon, talking about different ways to manifest through various methods as well.
We will have so much fun doing that. We have another great bunch of ladies in this group too. I know like Pam wanted to come and talk about Reiki one day. So you guys will come and see more of us popping up in here. We have Dawn who does the energy check. It's always appreciated. We have sometimes Gail who posts some different, just those not horoscopes, but the energy of the day type of post. So it's just appreciated. And when you guys feel called in this group, please do share any value with us. But the lives in here are meant to help you, whether you have experience in these departments or not. You can be brand new, curious, or maybe even more advanced than us in these. And we want to hear from you. So we look forward to read your comments and see you again here next week. Noon Eastern time on next Thursday, which will be the 24th, if I'm making my calculations right. Let me just double check. We're the 17th. Yeah, the 24th. I wasn't sure what day we were at, but we're St. Patty's. So happy St. Patty's Day to all the Irish and non-Irish celebrating it, because I worked in an Irish pub before and I wasn't Irish, but man, the people that were there, it was just amazing. The music and the green beer, and not fun to pick up after, but it was such a party. So be safe, everyone that is partying today and having all the greens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Be safe and enjoy yourself.
Make sure you have a good full moon. Be nice to yourself, and we will see you again here next week, right?
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.